Hi guys. Have you ever wondered which city you should go for studies and work in Germany? Is it a big city or a small city? There are a few things which you really need to be careful about. And there are a lot of consultants and there are a lot of people around you, friends, who would advise you different things. I think first is quality of life. So, quality of life in big cities in Germany versus small cities in Germany, you will not find much of a difference because if you're coming from India, everything will look nice. But if you've lived in Germany for maybe 10 years, like I had, then the challenge is that smaller cities would start to feel a little bit lonely. So you would need a social circle, and I think the best area or places to find a good social circle which also speaks your language or English is going to be in a large city like a Hamburg or a Berlin or a Munich. So the first aspect you need to consider is the social life, and not just during your studies but also during your work. So that is number one. Number two is the opportunities, and I'll quickly share my screen and show you what do I really mean by that. So there are two kinds of companies, right? These days, these are the old school companies and the new age companies. And the new age companies are, let's say, Google. So wherever Google is setting up offices, a lot of other companies, other tech companies also come in. And same is the situation in Europe or specifically in Germany. So if you look at Germany, so this is from a Google website. The red dots represent where Google offices are. So for example, in Hamburg, in Berlin, in Munich, those are the three cities where Google has set up offices. Now, if you are going to Hanover, and if you think you can live in Hanover for a very long time, that's perfectly fine. But the job opportunities for new technology, software, new age, international, MNC, American kind of companies, global companies, then I would say Hamburg, Berlin, Munich. Those are the three locations, maybe Stuttgart and Frankfurt, and nothing else. There are old school companies like BMW, Siemens, and so on, which obviously are also present in smaller towns and cities and villages. So, for example, Puma, the shoe company, is there in smaller cities also. And so, if you have to get a it all depends on what kind of skill set you have. If you're mechanical engineering, then all of Germany is fine for you. If you are a software engineer, then only Berlin, Hamburg, Munich would make more sense, not just from getting a first job point of view, but also from a growth perspective. So you have three steps. Always think of your stepping into Germany as three steps. First step, studying, doing your masters or bachelor's. The second step is getting a job. And then the third step is progressing in a job. And you may learn German till B2, C1 level, but if you have to grow, you have to grow in an English speaking environment. It's much easier. And that's why I also recommend students, if you have the cash, if you have the money, then you should rather go to Netherlands versus Germany, because Netherlands, the possibility of getting an English speaking job is much higher, and also growing in English speaking jobs is much higher compared to Germany. Although German economy is much larger than, let's say, Netherlands or Denmark. So the first point was just follow where Google offices, Facebook offices, and then you will know which cities to go for, not just for your studies but also work, because networking, local networking is very important. So that's number one. Number two, I just quickly pulled this BMW, which is, let's say, an old school automotive company. Where is the opportunity? If you look at BMW, and these are 182 pages of their job openings right now. You can search it yourself, BMW Group.jobs. So there are some openings in Leipzig, in Regensburg, Munich, Frankfurt. So you can quickly go and check where. See, a lot of jobs are in Munich. A lot of jobs are in Munich. See page number 4. A lot of jobs are in Munich. Page number 5. A lot of jobs are in Munich, Leipzig, a little bit. Munich, Berlin, Munich. So you can look at the BMW website also, and then that'll give you an idea of where Big companies are hiring. You could also do that with Volkswagen. You could also do it with Puma. You could also do it with Bosch. So just go to their website and then you will find where these people are hiring, which locations they would hire people from. And those are the locations where you want to go, because big cities offer you more opportunities. I would usually suggest that if, out of these 100 opportunities, maybe 50-60% are in Munich or in Frankfurt, then target Munich as a city, even though it's a bit more expensive. That's point number two, old school companies. Point number three is about the rents. So a very easy way to check, where where the where the opportunity is to look for rents. So, for example, rent is higher in Bangalore and in Delhi. So, obviously, you have higher possibility of income in these cities. But if you look at Germany, situation is almost similar, not as stark as in India. But if you look at the top cities with top rents, Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg, Stuttgart, Berlin, Dusseldorf, Cologne, this has not changed much. I mean, this is data from 2017, but this is more or less true also for 2021. Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg, Stuttgart, Berlin. Those are the five cities where most of the jobs are. Those are the five cities where you have high rents. So you can always look at which cities have higher rents, and that will give you an indication where the opportunity is higher, where the more jobs, more companies, wherever globally this is true. If in US you have rents high in New York, Chicago, Boston, San Francisco, then obviously you have more opportunity to grow, to make money there. So I would always suggest to look at those kind of data so that you are well placed when it comes to your education. So that is a little bit about how you should target the cities when you are applying for your master's or even bachelor's program. Look for bigger cities because they have bigger opportunities, even though it might seem like all of Germany is quite well developed. And that is true. Even if you go to a small village, you will find a train, you will find a bus, you will find everything. But whether you'll find a job which can help you grow is a little bit of a question mark. So you should look for what kind of interests you have, what kind of um, course you want to go for, and then accordingly search for some companies in your area of work and see where these companies are hiring people, and then make your decisions accordingly. I also do one on one personalized profiling. So I help you pick the universities, I help you writing your SOPs, your eh, guidance once you reach Germany, how to find an apartment, all those kinds of things, which are really important. So if you want to set up any of those one on one sessions, you can WhatsApp me and then we can have a paid session. I can also do a free profile review. You can send me your CV online on WhatsApp, and then my number is somewhere here. I think you'll figure it out. Um, and and yes, so for free profiling, send me your CV on WhatsApp. For detailed one-on-one discussion, we can set it up as and when you need it. And I would suggest that please do not go for very generic advice because every case is very special. You may have very different preferences, you may have very different skill sets, you may have different grades, you may have different streams, you may have a lot of different things, which may make sense. For somebody it may make sense to go and live in Berlin, for somebody it may make sense to go and live in a small village, and it's a very case to case kind of a thing. So you really need to think through your options for your particular case. All right, guys, so if you have any comments, just shoot them across, and then see you in the next one. All the best. Bye.